What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel for the super quick video, and today we'll be talking about special delivery badge. With this one, try to watch the video fully because if you miss some parts, you might leave the video misinformed and have lots of questions in your head. It's not going to be that long anyway, and after watching, please let me know in the comment section what you think. So now let's get right into it. So after lots of testings, here are the things that I found out. First one, on the functions, we all know it will give you more success on lob passes, which we'll talk about later. We all know as well that the receiver will get a shot boost if it's off a flashy pass, which we'll talk about later as well. And we all know as well that it gives you access to throw alley-oops off the backboard. But it's not mentioned here that it will give you better accuracy when making a flashy pass. In here, after doing lots of attempts, I noticed that on Hall of Fame, all the catches were right on the money. But without the badge, since the passes were not that accurate, there will be some times that the receiver needed to reach for the ball. Of course, it doesn't mean that putting it to Hall of Fame will always make your passes right at the money. I'm just trying to state the fact that the badge will make your flashy passes more accurate. And in terms of pass speed, it doesn't touch it. In here, you can see that Hall of Fame and no badge are just about the same. So now for the most important part of the badge, the alley-oop passes. And now for the testings, I need to find a sequence that I can do uniformly, but at the same time, it will show variations even the badge was maxed. We can't do this sequence here because even without the badge, it will be a dunk. And we can't do this sequence here as well because it can produce lots of margin of error because the movements and the positioning won't be the same every sample. So what I'll be doing is this one. In this way, I can manipulate the positioning on all samples to make them all the same to eliminate some margin of error. So if 80 failed to catch the ball, I'll score it as 1. And if 80 managed to catch it but only finished with a layup, that'll be 2. And if it's a dunk, that'll be 3. I'll do this in lots of repetitions and get the average. And now for the results, it is linear. I know it's not perfectly straight, but those mini creases there are just the margin of error. So meaning, if you're still missing some alley-oop passes, it means when you upgrade this badge here, you will still get a good boost up to Hall of Fame. There's no saturation point. But keep in mind, it's not all about you. You have to consider as well the stats and badges of the receiver. And before we go to the next part, just want to invite you guys to like the video if you're liking it so far. And if you think that this channel deserves 100k subs, would be really awesome if you guys can subscribe to make this silver play button reel. I'll give you guys some moments. So now going back, another function of the badge is if the receiver shoots after a flashy pass, the shot will be boosted. The thing about it though is it can't activate together with dimer. Dimer is for normal passes only, and special delivery is for flashy passes only. And for the stats of the shot boost, unfortunately, I wasn't able to do it, but I will make a smart assumption. Based on my 3 years of testings, I noticed that the larger the scope of the badge, the smaller the boost. So because of that, I assume the boost will be smaller than dimer. Because with dimer, it only has one job, and with special delivery, it just makes sense that the boost will be smaller because the scope is really bigger. One more thing that the badge can do is to fill the takeover meter of the shooter much faster. But it's not much to be honest because in this sequence here, with Hall of Fame it took 5, and without the badge it took 6 before the takeover to appear. So it's not really much, which looks fair to me to be honest because the badge does a lot of things already. And by the way, that 5 and 6 shots there might change depending on the sequence, but for sure the boost we can get on the takeover meter is not really much. And now for the rough recommendation, I think for the most part we only get this badge because of the alley-oop passes. So if you're making almost everything or everything, then I don't think there's any reason to bump it up. But if you're missing some, it's not that bad to put more upgrades because for sure you'll be getting additional boost, plus the other functions. So just for a quick summary, what the badge does is it gives you more accuracy on your flashy passes, it gives you boost on your alley-oop passes, gives a shot boost on the receiver of the flashy passes, and there is no sweet spot. Of course, it lets you throw an alley-oop off the backboard. So that's all for the video. If you guys like it, please smash that like button and please consider subscribing for more videos. And don't forget to drop by the channel for lots of other contents. And as always, stay safe and happy gaming, guys. Peace.